It is said our people lived peacefully until the men appeared from the sea, intent on making our lands their own.
Get ready! Ahoy!
The Renaigse. They take our people. They destroy our island. It is not peace that we want. It is that you leave us. Beast. In our woods.
Let's show them what gods are made of!
The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented.
I thought you were different because you are an Manawi.
Constantine, how are you feeling?
I am lost.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
Reflections of my
The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents.
take a deep breath.
It is said our people lived peacefully until the men appeared from the sea, intent on making our lands their own.
Get ready! Ahoy!
The Renaigse. They take our people. They destroy our island. It is not peace that we want. It is that you leave us.
Beast. In our woods.
Let's show them what gods are made of!
The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented.
I thought you were different because you are an Manawi.
Bienvenido a mi canal, me llamo Cody, bienvenidos un día más a un nuevo vídeo directo. Bueno chicos, tengo que deciros una cosita de ayer. Ayer hicimos el directo y no me di cuenta de que tenía un programa en segundo plano, vale, y me estaba dando problemas, pero yo no lo notaba en el directo, o sea, yo jugaba y jugaba perfecto, sin ni lag ni nada, o sea, estaba perfecto. Pero luego cuando vi el directo, fuera de ya, cuando terminé el directo, me puse a verlo y resulta que estaba, se veía con mucho lag, pero nadie me dijo nada. Pues seguí actuando en consecuencia. Si alguien me hubiese dicho algo, me hubiese dado cuenta. Es igual que me he dado cuenta de que se corta el micro en muchas ocasiones, y eso fue también por el programa, o sea, el programa que tenía yo abierto era para hacer unas cosas y al final me fastidió más de lo que yo opinar no, sino, ¿cómo deciros? Que lo dejé ahí y ya está, y me fue todo ladeado, todo el stream. Se cortaba el sonido, etcétera, etcétera. Pero bueno, ¿qué le voy a hacer? No puedo dar marcha atrás. Si me hubiese dado cuenta en ese momento, tal vez lo podía haber arreglado. Pero bueno, hoy vamos a jugar a Greedfall, ¿vale? Que ya lo jugué hace 3 años, pero no me lo acabé, ¿vale? Y esta vez espero poderlo hacer con todos vosotros. Vamos a ver. A ver si ha mejorado algo, no lo sé.
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There. Now, hold the pose.
Vale, podemos coger hombre o mujer. Vale, preajuste. A ver, vamos a buscar el rostro. Creo que me vas a mirar a la cara para que yo pueda verte bien. El cabello. Ahí. Este era el que creo que era este o el de la coleta, el que yo me ponía siempre. Vale, creo que me gustaba más el otro. Este, ¿no? Este, el de la coleta hacia un lado. Vale. Don Quijote. A ver. Bueno, esta me gusta más. Esta tampoco está nada mal, ¿eh? Esta tapa toda la esa, pero me gusta. Sí, me gusta esta. Color de la piel, color del pelo. A ver si está el que siempre ponemos. Vamos a hacer... Este no sé si es rubio o es blanco. A ver, le vamos a dejar con este tono. Vale, vamos a parecer viejales, como me gusta a mí. Color de los ojos se queda. Vale, habilidades. No me acuerdo lo que le ponía. De una mano, armas blancas de una mano y armas de fuego. Armas blancas de una mano, armas de fuego y trampa elemental. Anillo de mágica, de estasis y armas pesadas de una mano. Poder mental, precisión y agilidad, talento, ciencia, forjar cerraduras. Eso me puede interesar bastante. Fuerza, constitución, artesanía y vigor. Bueno, vamos a coger la guerrera. Luego si cambio de opinión lo vuelvo a hacer todo y ya está, como de costumbre. Siguiente fase. A ver, ¿qué le podemos poner? Poder mental nivel 1. ¿Cuántos puntos restantes? Tengo un punto. A ver, pues, a ver, ¿qué me da en la fuerza? Vale. Vale, vamos a empezar con esta. Vale, ya está, no gastados. Tengo que pasar al siguiente. Y aquí es carisma, vigor. Fuera de combate. No sé, pero me acuerdo que forzar... Vale. Sí.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Ptolemy and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Se encuentra en la parte superior central de la pantalla, indica los lugares importantes, así como los objetivos de misión activos. Misión principal y misión secundaria. No, qué poco me gustan cuando utilizo el mando, ¿vale? Y en el movimiento de correr tienes el de agacharte también, ¿sabes? Porque la mayoría de las veces quieres correr y muchas veces te agachas. Por aquí.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see.
Soy más viejo que tú.
Fight with honor.
A ver, ataca 3 veces, ¿vale? Vale, esquivar y bloqueo la B. Vale, campeón. Que estoy leyendo. Vale, continuar. Hechizos, patada, no, hechizos, ¿no? O pociones. Vale, pero si lo he hecho, Vale. Ahí. Quiero que me quites. ¡Qué pedazo de...
What a green blood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
A ver, las armas de fuego resultan... A ver... Bloqueo, esquivar... Técnicas... Que tengo que asignar una técnica. Aquí. Y la luz también la quiero asignar. En principio, ¿vale? A ver. Oh, por listo. Por listo. Ah, ¿qué pasa? Los ataques mágicos ignoran la armadura. Vale, que es que me estoy equivocando. Pero golpe sencillo y poderoso. A ver. Utilizar furia. Joder. Joder, no le doy ni una, ¿eh? Hombre. Es que me... A ver... Infligen daño adicional y desequilibrante. Podrás ver tu nivel de furia a través del medidor. Ahora sí que no me voy a andar con chiquitas. A tu casa. Vale, ya no tengo...
It appears brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Cossillon are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes. I've put this off for as long as I can. I need to make my farewells to my mother. I'll go and meet up with Kirk.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Bueno, ya empezamos. A añadir al equipo. Vale. Pulsa para seguir mercancía.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to
Vale,
pay visits
tenemos
to the
por
ambassadors
allí
of Thélème
mis...
and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think
¿Qué vas a
Constantine will be
partir?
waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of
Vale,
inspection.
vamos a ver aquí. A ver, vamos a ver qué equipo llevamos. Bueno, ya directamente nos ponemos este, eso está claro. Cabeza, espérate, no, solo había... ah. Munición. Espérate que hay aquí. A ver. Si lo hago bien. Regalo de madre. Mira, aquí hay el sable que llevo, el martillo. Cuesta 185, 140, pues el estoque. Está clarísimo. Porque el sable viejo... Nanay, nanay, ¿verdad? Vale, cuerpo a cuerpo. Las pistolas. Ah, tenemos un rifle en vez de... Pero es que la pistola es más rápida. 60 daño a armadura, 44, pero el hace... aturde más, ¿no? Sí, es que aturdir 350, pero estos son 560, o sea que voy a ponerme esta. Aunque sea por muy poco. Vale, ahora vamos a las botas. Vale. A los guantes. Cajón de la fortuna. Aquí está vacío. Y un collar pequeño. Que esto, resistencia al veneno. Vale. Ahora vamos a la parte de arriba. La gran salida. Despídete de tu madre, reúne con carga enfrente del palacio, avisa a la embajadora de la Alianza del Puente que vas a partir. Y misiones secundarias tenemos... Vamos a hacer esta. Vale. Vale, que la tenemos... por aquí. A ver, ¿cómo bajo? Hola. Uy. Sin molestar demasiado, ¿no? A ver, aquí hay algo, aquí hay algo. Un espino. Directamente al mapa de la región. Pues veo que no. Ah, lo tengo que dejar pulsado, ¿no? El correr que no se me queda, ¿eh?
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
No, saquea. Vale, ¿aquí puedo saquear? Sí. Vale, pero yo quería... a ver, por aquí era. A ver. Ok, por aquí. Bueno, es que esto es mirar muchas cosas. Mira, mira, mira. Vale, luego podremos vender la mitad de las cosas o todas. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, no, es una velita, nada más. Ya empezamos bien. ¿Y si hago así? A ver, y si quiero cambiar el arma... Cambiar el arma y ahora enfundarla como era. La enfunda él solo. Vale. Que tengo esa manía de... por aquí. entonces.
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders? Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
Tengo uno de intuición.
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight off your feet.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus in your pocket as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect their merchandise. You'll just have to make a devastated, the dastardly boldness of them face in front of your master, and we're done.
And the bonus will be how much?
Well, you won't be retiring with it.
Oh, all right. Done. I'm with you. As soon as I've received my bonus, my eyes will grow weary-like.
Not just yet. You'll get your bonus afterwards. The guard has already been taken once by your promises.
Well, you can't hold it against me for trying. Very well. Call for your men to come.
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Pues vamos a ver. Ahí va. Déjame la ver. Vale, todo fuera. Muy interesante. A ver qué me deja aquí atrás. Las 3 moneditas de oro. Eso venía muy bien. Pero la verdad es que no tenía vida. Ni me había coscado. Ostras. Ostras. La poca vida que tenía, ¿eh? Uy. Una mesa de trabajo. A ver. Este es el estoque que tengo, el martillo. Esta es la que tengo puesta, ¿no? Vale, pero no tiene... A ver, mejorar. Ah, vale, pero no tenemos talismanes de momento, vale. Trampa veneno. Precio, pero todavía no tenemos muchas cosas, ¿verdad? Vale, por lo menos sabemos... Vale, quiero revisar las cosas. Vale, aquí no hay nada más. Antes de hablar contigo, quiero ver a ver si hay algo por aquí. Bien, deja las armas. No me dejéis coger ningún arma. Qué malos sois. Vale, esto es la calle. Ahí. Vale. Carta abandonada. No hay nada más, ¿no? Cenes antiguos he descubierto. Vamos a hablar con ese hombrecito.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes. We were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Va. A ver. Hemos conseguido por aquí cositas, pero no nos vale nada de lo que... Ahí va. Espino y carta abandonada, son notas. Yo quiero ver... encuentra la forma de mover la carga de Tirf. A ver.
Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year's fashion? You won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you
A ver por dónde entramos. Ahí. Barrio del puerto. No. Sí, porque esto es... Vale, sí.
lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Vamos a preguntar por esta ausencia, a ver.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
A ver, sobre el grumete.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Norts master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Norts for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Le pregunto por la mercancía.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Que todo lo hemos preguntado, pues...
Be back soon, Captain.
Vale. Hablar con Blaso no me interesa. A ver, aquí tenemos el registro. Avisa al alejador que vas a partir. A ver, esperaros un segundo que tengo que ver lo de la... Novator. Esto es las misiones secundarias, ¿vale? Si no las investigo, todo lo que haga. Si hago la principal, pierdo las secundarias, ¿vale? Y las secundarias muchas veces son muy importantes. Vale. Vamos a ver cómo hacemos esto. Voy a guardar en una nueva ranura. Por si acaso, porque no me acuerdo si tenía... Me carga de un punto o directamente... A ver, tenemos este de aquí. A ver, las zonas controladas por otras facciones. En esta zona no controla una facción distinta a la tuya. Hay algunos lugares a los que tienes prohibido entrar. Un atuendo de torso de la facción te permite engañar a los guardias. También puedes intentar entrar haciendo uso del sigilo, pero si te descubren algún guardia, se producirá una respuesta violenta y tu reputación con dicha facción se verá afectada, de verdad. Las facciones, no me acordaba de las facciones, tío. A ver. Por aquí, a ver... Espérate, primero vamos a ver aquí.
If you wore a Nort uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed.
If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way
Pero
will
si
be
yo
clear.
salto, seguro...
I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Vamos a ver una cosa por el otro lado, por la puerta principal, a ver lo que pasa. Ah, sí. Estaba la puerta principal, que yo la he visto aquí. Capitanía del puerto.
To my help, and death to the others!
Ay, es que se me olvida.
Move away! Things are about to... Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Un anillo.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port
Todavía no,
authorities.
todavía tenemos
They keep
muchas
the
cosas
official
aquí que
documents
registrar.
upstairs.
Botas de sacerdote y anillo de sacerdote. Muy bien. Moneda si me quedaba. Tricornio. Y a ver lo que hay aquí. A lo mejor con eso puedo... A ver... De usado de la guardia, marinero, joven de la guardia, no, este ninguno. En piernas tampoco. Y el sombrero, a ver. 47. Intuición me da este +1. Y probabilidad, pero me quedo con el que tengo. Porque este me da más armadura en principio, pero no me interesa. A ver aquí el anillo, pero el anillo me lo puedo equipar o habilidad necesaria. Vale, pues de aquí tampoco nada. En el martillo, que es este, el que estamos usando, que tampoco. Ahí va. Anillo, ¿me lo puedo poner o no? Ah, eso es para vendérselo a un mercader. Y estas son las pociones que tenemos, una de cada. Vale.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Unas llaves de unas celdas que a lo mejor tal vez nos valga, pero ahora tenemos que entrar en... Bueno, ¿me vas a dejar? Y teníamos que haber entrado más tarde. Esto es para salir. Aquí pone desastre de los... Pero... Ahora me quiero agachar y no me agacho, ¿ves? Bueno, espérate, voy a guardar. A ver. ¿Dónde está este, no? ¿Pero qué hace? A ver, lo voy a guardar aquí otra vez porque quiero... Es que me están diciendo que lo haga, que tengo... La misión está aquí. Vale, según esto. A ver si no... Cuando me vean, a ver si no me atacan.
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Damn, I didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Formar a los portadores. Están. A ver. Ya decía yo que teníamos que hacer esto antes. Quintiz. Esta es otra misión, pero nosotros estamos haciendo una. No vamos a ir mezclando las misiones, que si no luego... ¿Esto para qué es? ¿Para qué quieres que use la mesa de trabajo? Si no puedo utilizarla ahora mismo. A ver, bolsa con cerraduras. Esto es... Vale. Pero necesitamos, por ejemplo, para cerraduras, cuero y obsidiana. Bolsa de frascos, vale, pero es que... ¿Voy a poder hacer alguna? Esta no tiene. Mis botas tampoco. Esto no puedo. Para una bebida con somníferos. A ver. Es que esto ya no me acuerdo mucho, pero es que están pidiendo demasiadas cosas para una sola misión, ¿no? Vale, primero tengo que preparar la vida. Vale, con sonido. Vale. O lo puedo hacer a las malas. A ver, pero esto se hace aquí entonces, ¿no? ¿Y cómo hago eso? Poción de sueño. A ver si puedo hacer alguna. En principio no puedo hacer todavía esta. No, pero esta no me sirve. Poción de salud. Necesito una de sueño. Tengo aquí la de sueño, pero necesito algo todavía que encontrar y encima me pide ciencia nivel 3. Entonces, ¿cómo preparo yo? Bueno, me voy a hacer una poción. No de resistencia, no de mana, tampoco de salud. Claro, es que necesito el talento. Sin el talento no puedo hacer esto. Ah, bueno. Bebida. ¿Ves? No puedes hacerlo. Vale, pues entonces... ¿qué es esto? Esto es para hacer otra misión. Deshazte de los guardias. Pero yo ya me había deshecho de los guardias. A ver. Esto es... metros. Yo sé que... Estos son los puertos.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Vale, pero... Pero a 46 metros... Si habíamos estado aquí antes...
Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Thélème, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Damn,
Pero si esto lo he hecho antes.
We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
Esto lo había hecho antes.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Vale. Ahora tenemos que ir a hacer... Nueva Serena es donde tenemos que ir, ¿no? Si no recuerdo mal. Ah, si Nueva Serena está aquí. ¿Ves? Esto es la Nueva Serena. Vale, ese ya la dejamos para más tarde porque ahí ya no podemos ir. Vamos a probar este, a ver. Es que he visto allí algo. Espérate. Monedas de oro.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier-4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Sí, bastante, ¿no? Ya he hablado contigo, pesado. ¿Y eso qué es? El nauta. Vamos a mirar por aquí, luego...
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Vamos a preguntarle por el grumete. A ver.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Oh.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
A ver, ¿tenemos algo por aquí? ¿Alguna pista? Tenemos que ir a hablar con el otro. No sé cuándo podremos vender las cosas, pero ya veremos. Mira, aquí hay más cositas.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man, who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this
Nos
is.
tendremos que interrogar a los testigos.
We need to lift the veil on this.
Claro, es el fuego nada más. Vamos para adentro.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
A ver.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
En Greedfall las misiones se suelen poder completar de varias formas diferentes. Sardet dispone de numerosos recursos: la astucia, la persuasión, la intuición, la corrupción y la fabricación de objetos en el taller. Son algunos de los medios posibles para cumplir tus objetivos. Para mejorar en dichos ámbitos, invierte puntos en el árbol de talentos correspondiente o lleva equipo que otorgue bonificaciones. Las amenazas y el combate también son opciones válidas cuando los adversarios no se muestran receptivos a tus talentos. Vale. Pero primero cojo esto. Moneda de orito.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Bueno, le pago.
To cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Hablo muy en serio.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Vale. Vale, espera. Que aquí... Que por lo menos...
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like...
¿Y solamente por esta cagarruta he tenido que pagar 25 pavos? Bueno, mientras que la recupere... Ahí. Yo siempre me pongo a buscar de todo aquí. ¿Podemos hacer algo en la cocina? No. Pero creo que me he adelantado a las... Ah, pero esta no vas a poder. A ver, no, a ver. No hemos subido de nivel ni nada, ¿no? No sé cuándo sube de nivel, que tampoco me acuerdo. A ver, no, seguimos en nivel 1. Vale, todavía no hemos subido de nivel. No sé por qué me da que tengo que hacer mucho la salida desde...
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he
Pues ya tenemos la pista que necesitábamos.
But what would any wealthy merchant gain from
Pero
holding
tengo las llaves del mercader, tengo las llaves de una celda. Siete moneditas ahí, colocaditas para que yo me las lleve. Aquí no hay nada sospechoso o que me pueda llevar, ¿no? Lo único que había era la puerta de arriba y no la podía abrir. Bueno, pero no puedo utilizar las llaves si las tengo. La verdad, a lo mejor era... A ver. Arriba subí, creo que sí, ¿no? Pero déjame ver un momento. Porque esta era la que habría a usar la llave. Va, ¿solo es eso? Pero guarda eso. Y aquí arriba habíamos subido, ¿no? ¿O no? Llave del almacén. Bueno. Es que le hemos pagado un montón de pasta al tabernero. Pues ahora habrá que quitársela, ¿no? Aquí hay algo. Nada. Yo creo que ya le hemos quitado bastante, ¿no? Que le quitaría más cosas, pero no puedo quitarle nada más. Esta no se puede abrir. Vale, esta es la de... Vale, esta es la otra que hemos abierto. Vale. Y ya no hay nada más, ¿no? No. Enfréntate a los secuestradores. A ver dónde están. Ahí va. El mapa. Aquí. Mira, pues aquí. Y esto es donde encontrar a Costa. Vale. Pero no sé si antes tengo que...
Celebrate the miracle of science. You won't believe
I believe I've seen you at the
your
palace.
eyes.
Are you one of the prince's relatives? Oh,
Will give
hello,
you
Your
faith
Excellency.
in
It is an honor.
existence.
Yo sé que con este podías hablar.
Come one, come
I
all.
wish you a good day, Your
Citizens
Excellency.
of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity.
Bueno, ¿me vais a dejar pasar alguno? Gracias.
But what you're about to discover could save your life.
Plaza de los Príncipes. Vale, esta es una de las que tengo que hacer, pero las haré luego.
Have a nice day, sire.
Tengo un buen día, señor.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
No puedo robar nada.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade.
El mismo.
And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Norts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Norts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Ya volveré.
With respect, my lady.
Ya volveré. A ver, esto... Supongo que tendré que hablar con el capitán o con alguien, seguro. Sí, tenemos que ir para allá. Porque me he metido en la misma zona que me había metido al principio. Bueno, ¿me vais a dejar pasar o...?
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Norts master. As for your question, Any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Norts for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Norts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nort. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nort?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of sight.
Oye, me está volviendo loco. Me están mandando de un sitio para otro, ¿eh?
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Bueno, vamos a ver si averiguamos dónde está. Porque nos están haciendo dar vueltas. A ver, ¿está en el mismo sitio o...? Sí, tenemos que ir a hablar con la señorita. Se lo voy a decir de otra forma.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a Nort that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the Prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying and we need to find
Si
that...
yo voy a buscar al chaval, depende de lo que me diga el chaval, es lo que voy a hacer. A ver. Tenemos... siempre me confundo, ¿eh? A ver dónde está. Sí, voy bien, entonces. Tengo esta por aquí a 39. Aquí hay algo en esta caja. Espino.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Vale, primero quiero ir arriba. Y le voy a robar todo lo que pueda. Todo lo que pueda o todo lo que no haya. Es que no hay nada. A ver, yo tenía aquí, a ver. La linterna es. Pero aquí no hay nada. Ah, aquí.
So Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Norts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Norts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Norts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Bueno, no nos hemos tenido que pegar con nadie. Por aquí. O por aquí hemos entrado. Yo que sé, aquí hay muchas puertas. ¿Qué hay por aquí arriba? Esto a lo mejor sería otra forma de entrar, ¿no? Es posible. trampas, venenos, pero... Bueno, cuando tengamos que vender, esperemos que podamos vender a gusto.
Who are you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Bueno, tenemos que informar al capitán. Creía que había visto algo, pero no. Me voy ya, tranquilo, me voy por la puerta. Ahora vamos a informar a Vasco. Que ya he encontrado a tu grumete.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot.
No, porque estoy buscando a su grupete.
I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
A ver qué puedo preguntar. Por nada.
Be back soon, Captain.
Ahora sí hemos subido de nivel. Jeje. Encima. Armas de fuego. De una mano. Vamos. A ver. Y este inflige, las armas de fuego infligen más daño. Trampas, anillo. Todo lo que hemos pillado. Seguramente que no nos vale nada. Todo es para vender o para craftear, no lo sé. No me acuerdo cómo era. Ninguno. Y el sombrero tampoco. Habéis visto, ¿no? La llave de las celdas y llave del tabernero. Tenemos tacos metálicos. Vale, entonces, a ver, ahí va. Aquí tenemos la gran... Eso ya lo he hecho. Secundaria. Ah, solo me queda... Contratos, misiones... Ah, vale. Esto era para aquí. No sé si puedo. Ah, no puedo ni subir ni nada, ¿no? Hello, ¿me dejas pasar? Gracias. Tengo aquí este y el otro estaba ahí también, ¿no? ¿O solo estaba este? No, estaba este y estaban los dos juntos. Y ese estaba ahí. Vale, pero ya que estamos aquí...
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about Ptolemy?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints: that heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
Vamos a preguntarle también por la situación de Thélème en Tirfrey o
How's Thélème faring on Tirfrey?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
Relaciones con la Alianza del Poder.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfrey?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Tenía dos. La misión secundaria. Y se pone en medio, ¿sabes? Otro que se cruzaba. Mío. A ver. Déjame mirar. A ver. Mira. No, ¿cuántas veces tenemos que hablar con el Bosco?
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready? Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Teleme has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They're making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We of course refused entry. Only the Norts have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't far. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Eso es que...
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word.
Eso es que me tengo que disfrazar o algo por el estilo, verás.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
You cannot pass. Only the Norts have access to the prison.
Bueno. No creo que solo vosotros tengáis... Yo tengo llaves, o sea que...
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Norts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Soy una persona de palabra.
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
De nada. Hombre, soy una persona de palabra. No, a ver. Voy a ver a los herejes.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
No one passes.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Thélème, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something
Siempre que es la misma.
Damn, I didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
Damnation! We've been found. I told you that the smuggler was not worthy of our trust.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Thélème so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Sobre.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias? The one who returned to Thélème after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Nos queda la posibilidad de llegar a un acuerdo.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
A ver.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Vale, tengo que... Les podía haber dicho que se fueran, pero por si acaso, que no se vayan a un territorio enemigo. Vamos a ver por aquí. Que creo que por aquí acortamos un poquito. Bueno, no acortamos nada. Uy, me he vuelto a meter por donde no quería. Ay. Plaza de los Príncipes.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my protection. But one good deed deserves another.
You would like me to first take care of your charlatan?
You will certainly prove to be an excellent legate.
Vale. Vamos a encargarnos del charlatán ese que había dicho yo que se podía hacer algo, pero que no me acordaba lo que era. Es esto. De algunas cosas me voy acordando, pero no de todas. Estaba el charlatán. A ver. El mapa, por favor. Este no. Sí, pues sí que me he ido lejos, ¿no? Está aquí a la vuelta de la esquina y mira dónde me he ido. A ver. Vale, todo recto, pero voy a coger esto. Que siempre le doy a correr. ¿Que era por allí? Sí. Espérate. No. Vale, es que estaba equivocado. 60 metros. ¿Dónde está el chat? Aquí.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him? I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
¿Cómo era?
The Malachor is slowly killing our...
There are some days when you'd rather get drunk all day than have to suffer through this again.
There are so many dead people. Even if we did find an
¿Voy a subir yo por aquí?
I'd
do not know if our city will ever be able to come back from it.
Puedo hablar con él y cómo le desenmascaro.
Go to the dispensary.
Que no
I've
me
not seen
acuerdo.
my brother in 2 days. Perhaps he went there.
A 7 metros, sí, pero...
I must go home. My son is sick.
The alchemists of the Alliance have been promising us an antidote for years, but they've not found anything yet.
Sí, pero no puedo hablar con él tampoco. A ver. Voy a darme media vuelta. Por aquí.
To my help and death to the
Ahí va. Por si acaso. Del charlatán. A ver. Si hay algo más por aquí. Creo que era esto. Y ahora hablo con él. Me la bebo. Creo que era así. A ver. Todavía no puedo hacer demasiado tenso. Vale, eso ahora mismo no me importa. A ver. La habitación, a lo mejor la habitación.
The Malachor is slowly killing our city. More and more businesses are closing.
Porque la poción la hemos cogido, ¿no? Sí, pero no puedo hacer nada con ella. Se supone que esta mezcla es una panacea que cura todos los males salvo la maldición. Déjame pasar. Es que los NPCs también, macho, muchas veces en todos los juegos, ¿eh? Aquí nada. Aquí tampoco. Si hay algo más por aquí. Que por aquí no podemos entrar en ningún sitio. aquí creo que tampoco, ¿no? No sé lo que tengo que hacer, la verdad. Porque no puedo... Porque es que no me indica nada más. Pero es que no puedo...
There are so many dead people.
My husband started coughing. I heard the discourse of this
The alchemists of the Alliance have been promising us an
Did you hear? People say a great alchemist has set up a stall near the tavern.
A ver... Pociones de salud... Poción de clima... No hay arma de fuego, acciones, nada. Es que no sé, la verdad no sé lo que tengo que hacer ahora, porque sigo sin poder hacer nada aquí. Es que no me acuerdo, tío. Y sin desenmascarar al charlatán no puedo hacer nada con los otros, tío. A ver. ¿Qué es esto? Esto es una tienda. ¿Y esto qué hace? Ah, bueno, es verdad que tengo que liar contratos ahí. Es que no me acuerdo, tío.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type.
¿Dónde vas tú? Quieto, quieto, quieto. ¿Dónde vas? Pero ¿cómo le desenmascaro, tío? Vamos a guardarlo antes de que se me olvide. A ver. No, esto es para equiparme, pero yo no quiero equiparme nada. Yo lo que quiero es saber, porque estoy enfrente, pero no sé qué hacer. Porque no me la puedo tomar tampoco. No, estos son habilidades. En mi equipo, sí, pero no. Consumible, espera. Estos son consumibles. ¿Y qué hago con esto? No sé qué hacer, la verdad. No me acuerdo, tío. A ver, voy a hacer otra cosa. A ver si... Ya es demasiado peso para correr. A ver si así de esta forma, hablando con este, puedo hacer otra cosa. Hablando con el jefazo, a ver qué te dice.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
No me va a dejar, tío. No sé cómo hacerlo.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Bueno, de todas formas, tenemos... A ver... Es que he conseguido, creo que todo lo que tenía que saber, ¿no? Del charlatán, pero bueno. Ya son las 12:30. Vamos a ver si consigo hacer esto. Y si no, de todas formas... No puedo hablar con este, que es un comerciante, tampoco. A ver, vamos a hablar uno por uno, a ver. Nada.
The Malicor was slowly killing our city.
My husband started coughing yesterday and...
I must go home. My son is sick. There are so many dead people. Even if we did find an antidote to the Malicor, I do not know if our city will ever be able to come back from it.
I heard the discourse of this priest on the main square. He says that the Malicor is a punishment from the enlightened. What did we do to deserve such retribution?
Si veo que no encuentro nada, ya lo dejo por hoy. De todas formas son las 12:30. Yo creía que iba a hacer un poquito más, pero me parece a mí que no me va a dar tiempo. Porque me va a llevar esto un tiempo hasta que descubra... Hasta que lo descubra, porque no me acuerdo qué era. ¿Qué tenía que hacer aquí? Aquí tenía que hacer algo, pero es que no me acuerdo qué era. Y quiero hacerla antes de irme de aquí. Porque la próxima misión ya es ir a por mi primo y largarnos de aquí. Bueno, chicos, lo vamos a dejar por aquí. Esperemos que os haya gustado y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo directo o lo que sea. Bye bye.